Alright, so we are finally ready to implement the creating new article functionality. So let's go ahead and create a new article. So if we create a new article, it makes a request to the post endpoint, and we also get redirected to the article / the slug. And the response of the request is a article, and yeah, so this is the functionality that we are going to implement in this episode. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing is to create a new route. So under the settings route, we are going to create a new route called editor/new, and the name of the route will be new article. We also need to create a new page for this route. So under the pages section, we're going to create a new file, and let's call it new article. And for now, inside this namespace, we're going to have a new a page called new article page, and for now we'll just show some demi text. The next step is to import this in the routes, and here let's import it, and let's add as the view. And now that we have the new page, we're going to go to the header, and in line number 19 we're going to replace the href. And now if we click on the new article, it should lead us to the new article page that we just created. So the next step is to create the implement the component itself. So it's pretty rudimentary. It's just a hiccup, so I'm just going to speed up this process. So this is the field set for the title of the article. Next we have the description of the article, and here is where we will add the body. So this is going to be text area. And finally, this is where we are going to input the tags. And underneath the tags input, we're going to show all the tag inputs. So let's hard code it for now. And below that, we're going to have a button. When we click on it, it's going to publish the article. So we're going to make the post request pretty soon. And let's also add the onSubmit handler to the form. And for now, let's just console log to do. Alright, so now that we have the component, the second step is to convert this page to a form2 component, and as well as initialize all the state for the form. So the state is going to be a reagent atom, and we're going to pass the initial state. Let's also require the reagent dependency. So we're going to capture the title, the body, the description, as well as the tag list. So let's also add the value as well as onChange handler to each of the fields. So the first one is going to be the title. The second field is going to be the description. The third one, the body. And finally, we have the tag list. And we show the tag list if and only if we have the tag list, right? So, and what we're going to do is we're going to loop over the tag list, and we're going to pass the key as the tag, and we're going to pass the value that we're going to display. Now, just for temporary, let's declare the state outside the component so that we can use the REPL to inspect it. So let's comment out on line number 11, and on 12, let's reset the initial state to the the state. So now if we deref the state, we have the ability to inspect it. So this is great when you're developing or debugging the component. Also, let's change the, actually, you know what, let's change it back to string, because, and let's also import the closure string as s. And what we want to do is when the user enters comma, we want to tell the app that we are entering different tags. So for example, as you can see, we can use the split function from closure string. So now instead of, we're going to use the split function to the tag list, and we're going to pass the comma, and also let's add the onChange handler to the tag list. Now let's try our first attempt. So if we try to add tags and press comma, it adds a new tag. The problem with this implementation is that it's very hard to remove the tag, so this will not work. So although this is a good start to our implementation, so as you can see, we are storing a list of tags in string. Again, this is a very naive approach, but it won't work. So what we need to do is we need to add another field called tag input, and this will be the temporary field. So now instead of tag list, we're going to the value will be the tag input, and we're going to change the value of tag input in the tag. And we're also going to add another handler function on key up, and we're going to call it watch for enter. So the logic here is that when the user enters enter key, so if the key code is equal to 13, then we want to update the tag list as well as the tag input, right? So we want to reset the tag input, and we want to update the tag list. So for now, let's just try to update the tag list. So we'll say swap state conj tag list to the event target value, and let's also associate the tag input to an empty string. So now, and also just remove the split function from the loop. Now if we try to press enter, it is not working. Why isn't it working? So let's delete the tag input for now. Maybe this might be the issue. If we press enter, again, it's not working. Let's just console log and see what's happening. Let's also open the console. And if we press something and enter, it says tag list is not seekable. So there's definitely wrong with line number 23. Something is not working clearly. Why is this not working? So the reason why this is not working is because we have to add the update function. So we have to say update tag list, and then we have to conj event target value, and as well as we're going to associate the tag input to an empty string. Now if we enter a tag and press enter, this should work. Awesome. Let's also delete all the comments. Okay, so also let's remove the demo state from here. Now we have handled the logic for adding the tags. Now the next step is to handle the logic for removing the tags, right? So in order to do that, we need to give actually let's refactor the function in line number 24. So let's copy all of them and let's remove it, and we'll call it update state. We also need to pass the event as the second argument. And also update line number 27 to pass the state as well as the event. So that should work. Okay. So now that we have this working, now let's work on deleting the tag. So let's give it a on-click handler to each icon, and when we click on it, it should invoke the remove tag handler, and this function takes the tag. This callback function takes the tag string. So what we are going to do is we're going to filter, or we're going to call the filter function, and we're going to say if this tag is not equal to the current tag, so we're going to filter the tag, and then we're going to swap the so we're going to update the tag list with the updated tag list. Let's also so it should be state, tag list of state. And now let's try to add a tag and delete. So this is not working. So conj on the tag list. I hope it works now. If we try to delete, it is not working. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong. So let's try to debug what's wrong with our code. So let's write a temporary state of, and let's give it a reagent atom and a tag list of a value of a vector of 1, 2, and 4, and let's try to run the code on this particular so as you can see, this is not working. So if we run an update, this is not working. Okay, if we do this, then it adds the vector to the end of the list. So what we need to do is we need to do assoc and then pass the value. So now the value replaces the previous value. So if you say assoc, this should work. Delete. Oh, it's okay, so it is working. So if you add multiple tags, oh, it looks like it's deleting all the tags. So why is this happening? Let's open the console and see what's being logged. So we'll try to log the updated tags list, and let's use the print the print function. And if we add some tags and try to delete, as you can see, it is logging an empty list. The reason is because we have to deref the state. So on line number 34, we need to add the add state to the state. So now if we delete the tags, it should work. But we have another problem where we can have two tags of the same value, so this won't work. So the solution is to change the tag list to a set. So now if we add a duplicate value, it should work. So we should also update the updated tags list. So let's add a bunch of tags and let's try to delete. This is not working because we need to add the hashtag in front of the curly braces to ensure that this is a set. And now let's refresh and try again, and it should work, and it should also not capture the duplicate tags. So in this video we managed to implement the new page for new article. We also added the form for capturing the article information. We also implemented the logic for handling the tags. So in the next video we will handle the rest of the logic, where we will make post request as well as save the article, and once the article is saved, we're going to redirect the user to this new article. So see you next time.